is also just that energy of air. So it's an air specifically, but it is the energy of intellect and the energy of like being direct and being very independent. So definitely, feeling that, understanding that. So the Queen of Swords, when it shows up, it's like the strategist card. So being very focused and, mindful of what is coming ahead. So this is like the Libra sign, of course. So you can also imagine that this person, you are highly ambitious and, being very able to assess all aspects of whatever situation that you're in to get the truth. So any motivation for other people's attitudes, all of that, you're able to assess that as well. So definitely you may be someone who is going into something like researcher or specialist, like IT specialist, financial executive, and things of that nature. Any like field, let's say, that has the need for attention to detail and relates to that sign of Virgo as well, which will make you a successful boss, like a businesswoman, a businessman, very successful in that, very organized, and a lot of life experience. And you've like definitely gone over a lot of hurdles to overcome, like in your early years. So all of that experience, it makes you stronger. And the Queen of Swords is like, that's what bit those bricks are what is the Queen is sitting on, So all of those things, she doesn't shy away from it. For all of this, like the Queen of Swords, she's willing to take risk on new experiences and relationships. So that is the energy of you being determined and standing strong. Let that be your influence. So the Queen of Swords offers wisdom and intelligence and perspective. So it's the ability to see the bigger picture. And when placed close to like when it's your first card in a reading, it's definitely that energy of, that's the energy of the week. You being very clear-minded, very thoughtful about exactly how you plan on, acting out. So let's get some clarifiers for this. Clarifiers for the Queen of Swords. So we have the Knight of Pentacles coming out, which is all about being very hardworking, reliable, and responsible. So these coming out is like definitely giving me the energy of bitch better have my money. Like that. Like very focused, very determined, very well thought out, planned, and you're not really taking anyone's, excuses. You know what you want. If you're like the head of a team, you know exactly what you want, and you want, everything done on a deadline that you set out. That is your energy. And even if you are, that boss woman who is the head and the only employee, you're definitely in that energy of, not slacking off. Like that Knight of Pentacles is telling you that, you're not slacking off. If you set up a schedule of, hey, I'm going to do this on these days and all of that, you're sticking to it. So you're not allowing anything to like come between you and what you set out to do, not even yourself. That could be definitely a big obstacle, so not even yourself. You're not even allowing yourself to, skate by on deadlines. You're really taking yourself seriously this year. Definitely. So this week is that energy. Let's get another clarifier. So it could be, that you're balancing out. If you're, let's say you have a job and a side hustle, you could be balancing those out. It could be that, if you're bringing someone into what you're doing, you could be balancing out, how to maintain that relationship. Two of Cups is all about relationships as well, that energy as well. So partnership, balance, as well as balancing out like the energy of work and the work hard, play hard type of energy. So balancing that out as well. So finding that balance between being very direct and focused on what you need to be doing, and also like, okay, when is my rest times? I'm completely off the clock. So that is the energy that you're seeing a lot of, balancing and being able to take the rest when you need it, and also following through and showing up when it's time to show up. So let's see, let's get another card for you to see what opportunities are coming. So we have the Two of Wands here. The Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is, all about planning. Right now you are having this opportunity to plan, to look ahead, to, decision making, being very ambitious, things of that nature. That's what the Two of Wands like denotes. And it is very, important to look into that energy, or plan out exactly what you want to see. A very, every famous, like, anything, like all these quotes, they lead back to, write out what you want to do and make it plain. Being very clear about where you're going in a direction, like, is very clear, is very necessary in order for you to actually travel there. So whatever you've been doing, evaluating, like maybe you set something up at the beginning of the year, make sure that these plans that you're having, you are constantly evaluating them. So if they seem like they're getting you to where you want to be, maybe you need to act on them more. The number 2 is coming up heavy, so about balance, about making sure that on that journey that you're looking around and knowing where you're going. So that's definitely the energy here. The Two of Wands showing is like showing you making plans and moving forward. So even travel arrangements are, one meaning of this card, but in your work, you are gaining like influence and proving your worth as well. So in return, you receive good support and advice from people. So the card can also show, this card, it shows the new creative partnerships. That's why I call back to this Two of Cups as well. It's like about partnership. So there's heavy partnership. So you may be doing something where you're like keeping accountable. So it's not that they're like partnering in your business or something of that nature, but it could just be like we're keeping each other accountable for the work that we're doing and things of that nature. So creative partnerships, and also just beginning a new project, or a new enterprise company, whatever. So there are 2 wands on the card that are 2 aspects of the situation. So consider what helps you on your path and any issues that hold you back, and making a plan that maximizes whatever your strengths are, so that your talents and everything that you do continue to shine, and that you continue meaning about this card is also about romantic partnerships, so that may come up as well. Maybe relationship begins at work, or just through a mutual friendship or interest, like similar interests. But spiritually too, you are feeling more connected with yourself and the world at large, so you may feel drawn to um develop courses, or spending time with, like, connecting to nature, connecting with yourself, journaling outside, something like that as well. So overall, great opportunities are on the way for you, so allowing you to move up a level. And most of these offers are, because your star is rising. And like I said, write it out, make it plain. That is how everything comes to anyone. And that has been, studied and proven time and time again. So let's get some clarifiers and see. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune card, which is all about, it's a different and higher level of, change. The Wheel of Fortune is all about those cycles and, your karma coming back. So good karma is paying off. That's why you're seeing, different things take place for you at this time as well. So you're in a upswing, an upcycle of life. And even when you're in those moments, it's definitely best to plan. Going back to the Two of Wands card, definitely best to plan. And even that Queen of Swords, when you have a clear head and you're in a good moment, it's always best to plan for anything, or save. And, looking at things from that perspective rather than, being down and out, or, being lacking for something. It is definitely best for you to, take this time and look forward to, like, even when those lower moments, because like I said, it's changing, everything is changing, and it's always on a cycle. So even if you go through something that is like a low moment, if you're planning during your higher stages rather than, having the rug snatched from under you when you're like at a low moment, it's very easy to plan for that. So the Wheel of Fortune is talking all about that, expecting those changes and being prepared, because the Two of Wands, being very clear-headed for, making the decisions ahead of time. So even if life is one of those down moments right now, you are planning for the best times ahead as well. Like, because maybe it's just the seasons, like things are not moving as quickly as you want them now, but planning ahead for the future is like being sure, being ready, and knowing that the best is coming to you, even if you don't feel like you're experiencing the best right now. Let's get another clarifier. So we have the Empress card. The Empress card. So the Empress is about, abundance, fertility, nurturing. So if you're experiencing, like I said, everything is in cycles, right? So let's say since it's the winter time, you're not planting anything, you're not growing anything currently, but you're planning for the abundance ahead that you know is coming in that spring. You're planning for when you can plant the trees, or when your money has taken a root and now you are, seeing it grow exponentially, or, just looking back at all the times like this week, or, in these months where you had to, just put your money aside or whatever, and now you get to experience that. So that may be what you're doing now. You're planning for, like an envelope challenge, I don't know, like just saving money and like stocking it away for when you get ready to spend it. Like, you're not at that point currently, but you're definitely doing something where you're planning the journey ahead. It could be with like I said, traveling. Like you could be preparing to travel when the winter, snows go away, and now you're going to all these sunny spots or whatever, something of that nature. Maybe around spring break, maybe a little further, but you're definitely in that moment of like, maybe you're traveling with a friend or with a partner, something of that nature. But that is the energy that's here. So let's get another card. Let's see exactly what you can do to prepare for this energy, like what action steps that you can do to basically that you're doing now to prepare for this energy. So let's see. So your action step here is the chariot. The chariot is all about, self-control, willpower, and being victorious in the end. So right now you may be looking at it like you're taking a back seat, or you're not outside playing and having fun with everybody else. But knowing that there is a very good reason for that is what makes it all worth it. So you are, I feel like in this card being like on top of it is like saying how connected this is, like just with the Empress card. The Empress card is definitely telling you that, there is still a lot of abundance that is coming for you. There is still, there's so much more ahead of you, like maybe even more ahead of you than there is behind you, so it is very important for you to, throughout this journey to have a lot of not just willpower, that's what's with the chariot, but also having that stamina, like the stamina to keep marching into battle. The Queen of Swords, like again, even when you don't win, you have to get up and go again, or even when you haven't received that first, let's say you're working a job and you're like working the first 2 weeks, you haven't received a check yet, but hey, that check is on the way. So you keep taking the action steps in order to get the things that you desire. You have to keep showing up, and then know that there will be, there will be that payout at the end of that 2 weeks. Like, unlike everybody else on the job who has already had their last check and is also, experiencing the fertility of that, you are working with the intention because you know that that is coming for you, the chariot. So that was just an example that I threw out there just to give you an inkling into what I meant by just keep showing up, and being in that energy, and not being quick to like throw something away, or just because you are continuing to go through all of these things, like you're continuing to have to show up without knowing exactly, without having that understanding of like the fruit of your labor yet. So the chariot is about that traveler. So something heavy here with travel, you may even be just like traveling, like because it came up with the Two of Wands and the Chariot. So I'm like, I don't know, traveling is very heavy here. So you may be even a travel business, something, but standing strong with this Chariot energy is like the upright meaning is like signifying success and like a major departure. So this is a time for determination. Like determination came up again. Even when you look at the Knight of Pentacles, that's all about determination and focus as you travel in a new direction. So it could be actually traveling, or just traveling the world. Who could say, with that Two of Wands popping up? So I wouldn't be surprised if you're someone who definitely wanted to travel, or wanted to plan for trips throughout this year because you wanted to travel more than you did last year. I see that heavily. So a decision is made, and now you can begin to experience real progress in your affairs. So being clear-minded, making decisions, like I said with the Queen of Swords, once you're able to, be clear-headed and make those decisions, you're able to better, you're ready to take control and presence rapidly expand. So that's something very important. Like, as you obtain all of this new information, you are, you know, expanding rapidly, and you're having to use these things. So just as the charioteer has like the wand that drives him onward, you will need willpower to fuel your desires. Like I said, multiple times, having to come back and back and back and continuously, no matter what you go through, to get up every day and to still do the things that are necessary, taking those steps in any way that you can, whatever small ways, doing something every day, 1% every day will make you better at the end of the year than a lot of other people. And that's just facts, okay? So nobody can deny it. So the chariot is like that indicator of like a move or an important journey. And like, so it could be you're moving your houses or something like that. But on a mundane level, it shows you like driving a car. Like maybe you're back and forth. Maybe you're getting a new car. So those are some, possibilities for you as far as, career and money. You can expect swift progress in your business affairs. Definitely opportunities coming your way, and they'll be challenging and also exciting. So let's get some clarifiers. So we have the Hierophant, which is all about, tradition, conformity, and spiritual guidance. So it did come out like sort of crooked, but I flipped it upright. But the energy here is still one of, like maybe you are going with the traditions, maybe you're, doing something traditionally, or maybe you're going against the grain where you're not, following anyone's exact guidance, because the chariot is like that journey. And even if you try, I feel like even if you try to follow someone else's rules like full out and doing everything that they say, you'll still come up with different results. So you could be, following someone's footsteps in a sense, but being self like self-influenced enough that you are like stepping like their mistakes, or making different choices because you want to. So that is your energy as well. Let's get another one. So we have the Four of Wands, denoting like a celebration at the end of your journey. Being very just celebrating that achievement, because your stability is higher now. So the Four of Wands has this foundation at the bottom, so it's talking about that achievement that you feel when you like finally achieve stability, or you score something big that will make a consistent change in your life. So it's different from getting a one-time check, or just a one-time deposit, whatever the case may be. This is something that is like, I can count on this for the long term. So something happening in that nature. Let's see what your outcome is. Quickly, the outcome flipped as the Magician. So the Magician is, that card that is all about being able to take your own fate into your own hands. It's all about creation, manifestation, and skill. Like the Magician has skills, and it has the tools, any tool that it needs, at its, disposal in order to be able to, make the things that it wants manifest. So that is the energy of the Magician. Like I said, said, creation, not being afraid to, make any, um, to go into anything so that they can, experience that. And like I said, creating, manifesting, and doing it very rapidly, making those decisions and not being afraid of the action. The Magician card is a card of action. So for communicating and expressing your ideas and desires, like I said, plan out your ideas, plan out your desires. Maybe you're writing out lists and, the list of what you want to experience or places that you want to travel, because you know that is going to happen. So you're not fretting about the how. You're looking at exactly what you want to do, and you're getting clear on why you want to do the things that you want. So this is also definitely the card of the inventor, the traveler, coming up again heavy because of this card, and also just being self-employed, and the entrepreneur, because it's telling you to broaden your horizons. I said that before with the chariot card. You're expanding your horizons very rapidly, so you will have the drive to spur your plans forward and into action, and to take new creative approaches and to think differently. So you're asking different questions, you may be reading differently, so that you're able to trust your internal guidance and the things that you're learning about whatever you're doing, and letting go of procrastination. So you may be taking a hard freeze from social media, so that you can, like I said, look internally and read, expand your mind to different ways of thinking, so that when it comes time to make decisions, you're feeling confident, you're trusting yourself. So with this card, blessed with the magic wand, which is what's in his hand. So he has his own magic wand, and he also has all of these other cups, the pentacles, all of that at his disposal. So you're never lacking for resources. You are so blessed that you're never lacking for resources. So thinking creatively, thinking outside the box can definitely help you. Because you have the ability to transform whatever you choose. And in this way, the Magician is a very positive card in a reading. And this card directs you to make the most of your skills and talents, and step into your power, your creative power. Focus on your projects and capitalize on your personal strength. So spiritually, the Magician shows you connecting with your higher or true self, and acting with pure intention. So with your career and money, this is the new beginning, either finding a new employment, like I said, or just going in a new direction. If you're working and doing a creative project on the side, you're showing that energy of leadership from a grounded perspective, a grounded, you're a leader within yourself. So even if you are on someone else's team, whatever you're doing on the side is what's going to, like I said, bring some extra income. It's going to give you that leadership role, and it's going to make you be the one in charge of the decisions that you're making. And when you make these kind of decisions, I'm going to shuffle to get your clarifiers, but when you make these decisions, it definitely does, trust. It lifts up your trust in yourself. So that is the energy that you have here. Let's see what we have for your clarifiers. So we have the Three of Pentacles coming out. The Three of Pentacles is definitely telling you about teamwork. So you have that with the Two of Cups too as well, but just teamwork, collaboration, and also your own skills. So maybe you have been overlooking particular skills that you may use, like I said, you have a daily job and something on the side, so you may be using something at your 9 to 5 that you're not using yet in your part-time. You may be doing something for the corporate world that you're not doing for yourself. Let's say, even when you look at maids, I think maid's house may be untidy because they spend their whole day cleaning and doing things like that, but when they come home that same sort of tidiness. So just checking those out, like what job, what skills are you using on a job that you may be flaking on for yourself, like organization wise, or planning ahead, or being a good team worker or a good worker for someone else, but not showing up consistently for yourself and taking those action steps using your skills and letting your skills benefit you primarily. So let's see, making sure that you're on that. And we have the Page of Wands. I like the Page of Wands. It definitely denotes, that passion because of the fire, passion, creativity, and energy. The Wands is all about that, So the Page of Wands is all about having that enthusiasm and being very creative and making impulsive decisions, like making quick decisions, taking action. This is the outcome of all of your action taking, what you get to be happy and satisfied with the achievements that you make at the end of the day with the Four of Wands. Just looking at the action, moving through your journey quickly, being impulsive, not being afraid of making any mistakes. That is, that brings a different level to you. So let's go ahead and get some advice from the Moonology deck. Something very simple, just to see what they say. Conclusions are within reach. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. That's why you keep taking those action steps, because, it's actually crazy. This says it's time to take action. Throughout this whole thing is about planning and, moving and, curating that journey, making clear decisions so that you can continue to take action. So it's time to take action. Conclusions are within reach. So let's get another. You're very close to achieving your goal. You're very close to achieving your goal. The energy is gaining momentum. The energy is gaining momentum. So there's definitely a lot of energy here for you to pull from. It's the top of the year, so I know there's people who are releasing videos, courses, books, or something, where you can, like I said, get energy from, gain inspiration from. That could be the teamwork that you're seeking, like just another person to give you more direction, or more of a knowledge base that you can pull from in order to make better decisions from. So you may be learning a different way, or just learning more about a skill, and being able to better watching, maybe if you're painting, watching Bob Ross while you paint, or something that gives you a direction to head towards, even though you're going to end up doing your own thing, adding your own flair and putting your own signature to it, your own signature style to it. But having people that can guide you along the way, that's been where you're trying to go. And there is always wisdom there. There's always something there for you to pull on, so that you don't feel alone, especially if you're the only one that like in this field, or you're pursuing something that's like more entrepreneurial. With the 12 wands and the chariot, is something where you're working alone, but you can still get knowledge from people who have done this before. So you're not completely alone, even if you're doing something alone for the first time, or working for yourself for the first time, in a real way. That's the energy that you're in. So taking that energy, not being afraid to ask for help, or just search for help, Google, libraries, anything. There's something. If you aren't where you want to be, I feel like this is the quote that I'll leave you with. If you aren't where you want to be now, you taking responsibility for that, and realizing that there's clearly just something that you don't know, in order to get to this is at the bottom of the deck I just randomly saw. So if you're not where you want to be, it's because there's like a gap between you and like the knowledge, the skills, something that you're not yet doing, that is now time to take action on, and you're going to rapidly see results, rapidly see actions, like you're close to achieving your goal. But there's something here that you haven't quite learned yet. Like there's something there that you need to bridge that gap. So continue to do that, and know that there is so much love for you here. Thank you for watching today's video. You are going to be extremely successful. You are extremely successful now, and there is so much more success waiting for you wherever you're going. So thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you next time. Sleep well. Peace.